So it's about time for me to give Cape and Parka their travel meds, and we'll just get their goodbye waves while we're at it. Look at little noodle thing, she can come right in one of those. I know. Oh, well, you almost did a goodbye wave yourself there. Okay, out of the way, this isn't your minute. Here. Okay, bye-bye everybody. Okay, bye-bye. All right, that'll do. And I know I still owe you a goodbye wave for, just for Smock, right? Because didn't we do Tutu? Oh, she spit most of that out? We'll see how that goes. She's pretty calm traveler anyway. You don't need to eat that. You do though, Parka. Come here. I know, Mom didn't like it. Well, you're not going to like it either. I'll make you do the wave first. Oh, well, that's going to be weird because I'm holding the syringe. We don't want that for the wave, do we? Oh. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, bye-bye. I'm going to miss you, little Parky. Okay. Oh, look at that. I got a towel right here. Might as well use this. That up a little. I don't want to forget to do Tutu's goodbye wave, and I got it right here, so let's do it right now. I hope this camera's the one that's on. If it's not, then we'll do it again later. Can't look right now because my phone's in the other room. Okay, bye-bye, Tutu. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, it's been fun. Okay, you're good girl. Here, put you back in your steady spot. I want you to hide right there, okay? Perfectly safe.
Is there's a lot of age discrimination going on, which is that if you're over a certain age, they want to know what are your plans.
Oh, I don't know what age discrimination is. Most of it's good sense.
Because that could happen to anybody.
Yeah, I think everybody should have right on that. Right, get something like say a lot about places that want to not black cat at Halloween. I'm like, well, your screening process isn't good enough at Halloween. How's it good enough the rest of the year? So, okay, I think you got a good point there. This is Tutu stuff that I've set aside already.
Excellent.
And if you have that room, like you throw in, like, I was thinking, we have an entry that's a mama. This is called, we have all this uniform. We either want to like mama better, better.
I think the problem might be.
Okay.
But as you can see, we've got room.
Good. Good. Now, I have to tell you that because of the attack in the room, I don't have all paper for that to be assigned. And I've got the information about more.
Okay.
I don't have a reason to check that. You must have asked somebody if you call our badge, she can send you a copy of all that.
Okay.
So, I've got time to hear what you want to listen for a second.
Okay.
How many have been done so far? This group, we have today. All right, where's she at? Hi, Tutu. Hi, kiddo. You ready? Are you ready? Hi. I know I took your favorite house, but it's going with you. That's why I took it. So that's good, right? Come here, come here. Come here, I got you, kiddo. I know, so it's going to be a little strange for you. You're going to meet some new people today and some new things for you. But they're cool, I promise. I promise, they're very cool. Wow, I said this was hard to close. He's right. Okay, we got you. Usually when he gets out, that's the first thing you want to do. No, that's a good start, right? Okay, yeah, that's been quite a while.
And I just remember reading like the little pal.
Yeah, he was such a silly goofball too. Oh, really? I still talk to the doctor on a regular basis. She got the tongue too.
Yeah.
And they're doing great. They're really big now. It's somewhere because that article sort of created it was Hal like wearing sunglasses and taking his sunglasses off.
Oh, did you look at it? Yeah, I didn't know it. And Charles was like,
She's really not great about meeting new people right away, so she might be a little bit.
it's okay, she got 8 hours to leave.
She is really. Oh, boy. Yeah, she's expecting to be a little bit of a higher, but I do a lot of stuff for her higher. So, as far as I go. She'll be okay. She's a big, that might take her a day or so. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Okay. Oh, good. Then you know how to. Yeah, I don't think it'll even take her that long.
And that's already good.
Well,
Thank you so much. No,
yeah, I think you have already so much Thanks, you. Pretty big. Well, drive safe. I think I'll run anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll stay.
I'm going to be looking for you online, and like, if I don't see you online in about 10 hours, I'm starting to worry. So, yeah. How do you do it? You want to come up? No, well, she did spin up most of hers, but.
No, I'm just saying, we were watching the video of, who were we watching at the stag all over the place? Yeah, Tutu, she was like Tutu out on a long night.
No, I remember Gabe, when he was a top receiver, in India, and he was so out there, he was like a rag doll. He was just awesome.
He did that lovely and lovely.
Ready to go meet some new people, huh?
He is very photogenic for a black cat. He could definitely tell the difference.
Right now, she's so much smaller.
I think the slightly different shape of face.
Yeah, a little bit of different shape.
Well, also, there's always going to be differences in our eyes, so, you know,
I'm sure you'll start to see it. I was also going to mention, and this is out there, but they both are microchip. They used to be a microchip scanner like the one that we use for $15. So if you're ever really concerned about the color image, yeah, they will have one for that.
Take them in for routine care. Take them double check.
So, you know, timing worked out, so we're all happy we could help you out.
You definitely have, and I never been afraid of you. I really do.
All right, well, I guess good luck with you.
Good, yeah, I see you're really talking to each other. All right, well, that was us for adoptions today. I think this is the camera that's on. You guys can probably hear me, but we did 3 adopters, 4 kittens, all today, and that was Tutu, and then Smock, and this was Parka and Kate that just went. So that's a lot for one day. It's been a long time since we've had any adoptions at all. Of course, these guys have been here for quite a while, and much less having multiple adoptions in one day. It's great. The adopters today were all wonderful people. Tutu's people. Tutu I was worried about because Tutu is so independent, we'll say. You know, she gets really opinionated too. Like Tutu, sometimes when I pick her up, she'll get all growly and upset about it. So I was worried that her adopter would be like, oh, she's so cute, and adopt her because she's so cute and not be ready to deal with the fact that she's got a personality. But they said that they have a lot of experience with feral cats, that they've actually adopted feral kittens before. And so I'm like, well, she's not that, you know, so if you had that experience, you've been all the way to the extreme, and Tutu's going to be a cakewalk. Not only that, but I was also really happy about Tutu this morning because Tutu was following me around, and when I picked her up, she just wanted to snuggle this morning, which is unusual for her, but at the last minute, having that happen made me feel really good about her going to somebody that can take care of her, and that they're going to, you know, I really want the cat to bond with the person right away, not just for the cat's sake, but for the person's sake. You know, they just adopted the cat, and they want to have that relationship happen. So it really gave me a good feeling about that relationship with Tutu, maybe not taking as long to develop as I was afraid that it would. So that's great, Tutu's people. Then we had Smock get adopted. And also with Smock, I was a little bit concerned because Smock was probably the shyest kitten that we had, the one most likely to hide. She got all the best hiding spots in the house, well, except for the time Cloak got into the air vents. Smock was the only one that found the little hiding hole in the bathroom down here that plenty of cats in the past have used, but she's the only one from this class that figured it out. And she would go in there, and it would just be her private little home in the cabinet in the bathroom. And then I'd know when I wanted to find her, I could go to the cabinet and open it up, and there she'd be, and just take her out. I was also a little concerned about her adopter. I was worried, you know, well, Smock is a sweetheart and she's really cute, but it could take a little while for a cat that shy to sort of come around to a new circumstance. You know, never mind the people, but just being in a new place can set a kitten like that to want to hide even more, you know, for a while. And they had told me that their last kitten that they had, it took like 2 weeks before she wanted to come out and come around. Smock is not going to take that long. There's no way she's going to take 2 weeks. And she's going to take maybe 48 hours at the most, and that would surprise me. So they're going to love her, and they're going to do just fine with her because they've had already the experience of something that was so much trickier to deal with. And here's the thing that's crazy that I didn't know is that ever since Illinois, someone sent us these wonderful little handmade fridge magnets. They were made out of bottle caps. And there was a whole set of them, and each bottle cap had a different, like, KA cat or kitten or photo of a, you know, KA thing in it, in the bottle cap, and then they were, like, epoxied in there, so it was really nice. And then they were given to us in these 2 tins that had these clear lids, and you could see in there really well. I stuck them up on the wall here. They've been here the whole time. They were up on the wall in the fridge in Illinois. And I've always loved them. And it turns out that it's Smock's adopter. She said, you know, you probably don't remember this, but I sent you these bottle caps. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that was you. I can't believe it. I had just packed those bottle caps like 2 or 3 days ago, and I wish now that I'd had them to show her, but I told her, I'm like, oh, they've been right here the whole time. I've just loved them. So it's really cool that it turns out, you know, that. And then we've got Parka and Cape here, and their adopters have also been watching us for a very long time. And they seem like such like smart, technical people, and they've also planned everything out so well at every stage. They've just been ahead of the game. You know, they've been like, okay, you know, we've got the carriers, we've got the litter, we've got all this stuff planned for them, we've got just everything in order. And not only that, but they originally were just going to adopt Parka. And then they said, you know, we talked about it. We know that you've got all these kittens that are going to have to either go to the shelter or go to another foster. So maybe we can take 2. And I said, well, you should take Cape. She's a great cat. You're going to love her to death. And she's great with Parka. And they said, that's fine. Let's do it. And so they are. It's wonderful, I think. that Cape and Parka are going to do great together. They're going to have a wonderful life, and their adopters are obviously great people. Not only that, but he's got a camera, a Canon DSLR that I could tell is a very expensive camera with a lens on it that, you know, clearly cost quite a bit. I've got cameras too, so I know that lens was a good one. I can tell you that means that he's definitely good at taking photos, and he was already talking to me about you know, the sort of technical angle on that stuff. So I said, all right, well, as soon as you get some photos of Cape and Parka, I'd love to see them. He promised me that we would be seeing them and that they might even get on Discord. He was saying he would. He was saying that he was on Discord, and the reason that he got off of it was that notifications were just driving him wild, which I get. I've turned off notifications for everything. But he was saying he wanted to get back on there so that he could share pictures of her with everybody, and I like that. That's good for us. I think they're in New York. I want to say they're like in upstate New York, and so they've got like a 2-hour drive from here to get her back home. But speaking of how sort of like big planners and cautious they are about everything, they're still out there reorganizing everything in the car to make sure it's perfect for the trip. So I think they're just about to actually go, and I keep looking to make sure that they haven't like come back to the door because they forgot something. Anyway, they both seem like wonderful people too. So today the adoptions were fantastic. All the adopters are fantastic, and I have nothing but good feelings about the future of all those kittens, which is great. Now we just have to get the rest of them adopted. I'm surprised that Noodle and Blazer haven't gone yet, because Noodle and Blazer are both such energetic, outgoing cats that you know, people just love that. You are always looking for more attention. But Noodle and Blazer still perfectly available if somebody wanted to apply to adopt either one of them. I will say that I've seen Noodle play with Cardigan, and they might even make a good pair. Cardigan is also great fun and just a sweet, snuggle sweetheart that would get along well with anybody. And then there's their Cardigan's brother, Poncho. He's like I've been calling him a gentle giant, because he really is. He's a huge cat already, and he's still just a kitten, so he's going to be gigantic. But he's also just the most mellow out of any of them. He just mostly just wants to sit around and be cool. But you know, he is a kitten, so he'll get up and play, and he'll, you know, chases down treats and stuff. But he's just generally a real calm guy. So he's got that going for him. I haven't seen him cause any trouble with anybody, so he'd probably get along with any other cats too. I mentioned Blazer already being just a wild little outgoing kitty. And then we've got Jumper, who is, Jumper just sits at the door and stares at me with her big owl eyes every time I walk by, and she's so sweet. She's a little on the shy side, but just a beautiful, sweet kitty. I just love her silly owl face. Jumper's fantastic. And then we got Cloak and Romper, and that's a bit taller of an order. You know, like I was saying, I was worried about Tutu, and I was worried about Smock, and I would be a little bit worried about Romper in a sense, because Romper can be extremely shy. But then Cloak especially is nearly untouchable at this point. I know that the right adopter could take Cloak and work with her and end up having a cat that they just loved, and it's so rewarding too when you go through that whole process and really earn the love of a cat like that. It really makes you feel great. So I know she'll find somebody that's going to go through that process with her, and that they're going to love each other. But it might take her a little longer to find that person, and I can understand that. Romper is still a kitten, so he'll come around a lot faster to somebody, but it's also going to be a process for whoever adopts Romper, because he is followed in his mom's footsteps as far as just almost never wants to be touched or petted, and just wants to do his own thing. But just like any kitten, I know, again, that once he's sort of on his own with his human, he'll come around to that, and it won't take him as long as it would Cloak even. So they need to find, I think, a certain kind of person that's really confident in their own self-worth, so that they don't feel bad about a cat that's going to first be, you know, around and friends, but not really want to be touched too much. I think it takes a certain kind of person to want to see that through all the way to having a reformed kitty that's their best friend. But the rest of this group is pretty much good for anybody, so I know they'll find a doctor soon, hopefully real soon, because we've got about a week. This coming Saturday is when I'm planning on turning them over to Dawes if any of them are still here, which I think it's likely at least some of them will be. So that's coming up quick, I guess. That's what I'm saying. Get your apps in now. All right. Well, lots of stuff to get done around here still, so I better hop to it. Ooh, man. Okay, I got up too quick. Takes a minute for the blood to get going where it's supposed to. All right.